I came home with our IVF baby, but my husband had already replaced me. After 3 years of IVF treatments abroad, I finally got pregnant. I couldn't wait to surprise my husband Alexander with the news. My friend warned me that while I'd been gone, Alex had hired a new secretary who was very attentive to his needs. I brushed it off. After all, Alex used to fire anyone who so much as flirted with him the moment I frowned. Until I got home and found our penthouse door code had been changed. When I tried our anniversary date, the door swung open. A woman wearing my silk robe leaned against the doorframe, perfectly manicured, eyebrows raised. What's this? Another gold digger begging at the Blackwood door? Get lost before I call security. Seeing her standing there so brazenly, I laughed in disbelief. Get Alexander out here. I want to ask him what kind of trash he's been bringing home. And whether he still wanted the heir to the Blackwood fortune growing in my belly. Chapter 1. The Doberman behind her snarled, baring its teeth at me. Jessica rolled her eyes dramatically. And who exactly are you? You think Mr. Blackwood meets with just anyone? She looked me up and down with disdain. How did security even let you in? Designer knockoffs don't grant access to this building. My skin was sensitive to most fabrics, breaking out in hives at the slightest irritation. Alex had specially ordered hypoallergenic Italian fabrics for all my clothes. I never thought I'd be looked down on for not wearing obvious designer labels. I almost laughed. In all these years, this was the first time I'd been blocked from seeing my own husband. I pulled out my phone to call Alex and demand answers. But when I lifted it, I realized it had died sometime during my flight. I held out my hand to Jessica, voice cold. Give me your phone. If I delay his business, you know the consequences. Something in my eyes made her freeze. Before she could react, I'd taken her phone. I dialed the number I knew by heart. Before I could speak, Alex's warm chuckle filled my ear. 2 minutes without texting and you're already calling? Miss me that much? I'm in a meeting, but I'll be home soon. I gripped the phone, all words stuck in my throat. This intimate tone, if I wasn't holding Jessica's phone, I'd think he was talking to me. The next second, Jessica snatched the phone back, her voice syrupy sweet. Come home quickly. I want you to cook dinner. For me. She'd put it on speaker. Hearing their flirtation, I forced down my rage. Alexander Blackwood, you get back here right now. Alex paused, a hint of confusion in his voice. Jess, is someone else there? Jessica glared at me. Just some crazy woman. I'll get rid of her. Alex said dismissively, handle it quietly. The company's bidding on a major contract. Bad publicity won't help. His indifferent tone felt like ice water in my veins. The same man who'd flown overseas monthly to see me couldn't even recognize my voice. I couldn't hold back anymore, raising my voice. Alex, you don't want me? What about our baby? Chapter 2. The temperature dropped instantly. Alex's voice turned arctic. Bold of you to try this scam on me. His tone was glacial. That child couldn't possibly be mine. Jess, get rid of her. He still didn't recognize my voice. I laughed bitterly. Then I guess there's no point keeping this baby. Alex remained unmoved. Good. Get rid of whatever bastard you're carrying. My nails dug into my palms. I never imagined Alex would call his own child a bastard. He had no idea this baby would be his only chance at an heir. Alex had fertility issues. After 5 years of marriage, we'd been unable to conceive naturally. The Blackwood family had been desperate when they learned about his condition. At his family's pleading, I'd gone abroad for IVF treatments. 3 years of procedures, and I'd finally gotten pregnant. I'd wanted to surprise him. Instead, he'd given me the bigger surprise. I was about to call a lawyer when Jessica hung up abruptly. Fire blazed in her eyes as she slapped me across the face. Gold-digging whore. Trying to pin your bastard on Mr. Blackwood. It was the first time in my life anyone had struck me. I shook with rage and hit the emergency alarm on the building's security panel. Jessica didn't try to stop me, just smirked. Stupid bitch. Don't you know who the Blackwoods are in this city? I could beat you to death and no one would dare say a word. I stared at her coldly. The Blackwoods might be rich, but my family wasn't poor. Marrying Alex had been marrying down for me. His company's contracts, which ones didn't have my family's backing? Even the building's property manager only got his position because I'd recommended him for his good service. Within 3 minutes, security arrived. I scanned the group, frowning when I didn't see the familiar manager Williams. Before I could speak, Jessica was already playing the victim too. The lead guard. Brady, it's this woman. She showed up with some random baby claiming it's Mr. Blackwood's. I can't get rid of her. Watching Jessica's performance made me sick. Get Manager Williams here. He'll confirm I'm Mrs. Blackwood. The man hesitated. Manager Williams is traveling. You know him? Jessica spat dramatically. So that's how you got in sleeping with the property manager. Is his baby in your belly? Someone muttered, doesn't Williams have a wife? Jessica sneered, a homewrecker. Caught red-handed. She slept her way in here to trap Mr. Blackwood. Did you know you're trying to seduce someone else's husband? Everyone knows Mr. Blackwood only has eyes for Miss Jessica. He even moved her into the penthouse. They'll probably announce their engagement soon. This whore must have heard and came to cause trouble. Hearing this, Jessica's face darkened. She grabbed my hair and slapped me repeatedly. Slut. I knew you had an agenda. Chapter 3. Her manicured nails raked across my face, drawing blood that dripped into my eyes, turning my vision red. Still not satisfied, Jessica unleashed the Doberman. It hasn't eaten today. Perfect timing, dinner is served. The moment the leash dropped, the snarling dog lunged at me. Its rancid breath hit my face as I threw up my arms. To protect myself. Sharp teeth sank through flesh to bone. Pain and terror crashed over me as my abdomen began cramping. The IVF pregnancy was already high risk. My doctor had warned that without careful monitoring, I'd likely miscarry. In moments, blood was pooling beneath me. Someone panicked, trying to intervene. This is going too far. Just throw her out. Jessica scoffed. Other voices chimed in immediately. Miss Jessica is Mr. Blackwood's treasure. Remember when someone outbid her at the auction? They were on their knees apologizing the next day. If something happens, Mr. Blackwood will handle it. The lead guard, Brady, took charge, dragging me toward the exit. While hurling insults. Jessica's my cousin, which makes Mr. Blackwood family. Home-wrecking whores like you deserve everything you get. Sharp pain shot through my scalp as Jessica studied my face, jealousy flashing in her eyes. His wife couldn't compete with me. You think a mistress stands a chance? I jerked back in shock. You know he's married? Jessica laughed coldly. Some dried-up old hag. Alex got tired of her ages ago. Why else would he send her away? She didn't know Alex hadn't told her I'd gone abroad specifically for IVF treatments to give him a child. Before I could explain, Jessica's face twisted with malice. You thought you could baby trap him? Let me show you what happens to women like you. She kicked me hard in the stomach. The pain drove me to my knees. Feeling my baby's life force fading, I panicked. This baby really is Alex's. Get me to a hospital. If anything happens, he won't forgive you. Seeing the blood, the crowd grew restless. Brady turned and barked at them. This is Blackwood family business. Anyone calls 911, they answer to me. He pinned me to the ground, forcing my head up as he groveled to Jessica. Go ahead, cousin. Hit her all you want. Don't hurt yourself. Jessica's slaps came in rapid succession until my face was numb and swollen beyond recognition. Satisfaction gleamed in her eyes as she addressed the crowd. This is what happens to whores who chase after Mr. Blackwood. Next time I catch anyone trying, they'll end up worse. She pointed at Brady. Strip her and dump her on the street. Shameless whores don't deserve clothes. I gripped my collar desperately, using my last strength to fight back. Let go. I'm not a mistress. Seeing them drag me toward the building exit, I shouted a phone number to the crowd. Someone call this number. Tell them what's happening. I'll pay $1 million. Chapter 4. Someone scoffed. Calling for backup? The crowd laughed mockingly. What backup could help her? No one in this city is more powerful than the Blackwoods. Jessica pinched me viciously. Still pretending? Look at those cheap clothes. Who could you possibly call? I ignored the pain, eyes desperate as I watched the doubtful crowd. Call that number. I'll pay $10 million. Before I could finish, Jessica's palm cracked across my face again. My head spun. I spat out a bloody tooth. Still acting. You're not worth $1,000. Strip her. Brady and his men leered as they grabbed at my clothes. Someone even started live streaming, promising to show everyone what happened to homewreckers. Just as my dress began to tear, a Bentley pulled up to the building. A cultured, exasperated voice rang out. Didn't I say to keep this quiet? Alexander stepped out of the car, and with just a furrowed brow, the entire crowd fell silent. Jessica immediately latched onto him, tugging his sleeve playfully. Alex, this woman was so disgusting, spreading lies about you in front of everyone. I was just defending your reputation. Alex's expression softened as he patted her head indulgently. You and that temper. Always counting on me to clean up your messes? His permissive attitude hit me like a sledgehammer. Once, I'd been known throughout our social circle for my spoiled behavior. Back then, Alex had protected me the same way, always covering for my mistakes. He'd publicly declared, anyone who bullies her answers to me. Everyone knew cross Alexander Blackwood and survive, but cross the Whitmore heiress and you're finished. Now he lavished that same protection on another woman. My heart turned to ash. My last shred of hope for Alexander died. Alex glanced at me briefly, frowning. This is the crazy woman you mentioned? My face was so swollen and bloody, my clothes so filthy, he didn't recognize me at all. Seeing Alex look my way, Jessica quickly redirected his attention. This is the whore. I was about to live stream her punishment. Alex looked away dismissively. Have someone else handle it. Don't dirty your hands. Jessica beamed, clinging to him. This slut had the nerve to claim she was Mrs. Blackwood. Ice filled Alex's voice. Olivia is the only Mrs. Blackwood. Anyone who slanders her dies. Seeing his genuine anger, Jessica's face twisted briefly with rage before she changed the subject. Just testing you. Come on, let's go home. Didn't you promise to cook for me? She signaled to the men, who immediately resumed tearing at my clothes. I struggled desperately, my ruined voice crying for help. Alex wrapped his arm around Jessica's waist, walking past without a single glance. I touched my small baby bump, tears of regret streaming down my face. Baby, I'm so sorry. I chose such a heartless father for you. Maybe it's better you don't come into this world. As my dress ripped, a convoy of luxury cars pulled up with commanding presence. The crowd gasped. Who's this? Even more impressive than the Blackwood entrance. That's a limited edition Rolls, there's only one in the country. That license plate isn't something money can buy. Alex stopped in his tracks. Seeing who emerged from the car, his face went pale. Abandoning Jessica, he rushed forward. Why are you here? Slap. A red handprint bloomed across Alex's face as the crowd fell deathly silent. Chapter 5. The slap stunned everyone into silence. After a moment, I heard someone swallow nervously. Who dares hit Mr. Blackwood? Someone whispered back, that's the Whitmores. They might keep a low profile, but they're old money aristocracy. The Blackwoods? Ha. New money trash. Without Whitmore support, Alexander would be nothing. Alex heard every word, his face darkening. Normally, anyone who dared insult him wouldn't see tomorrow. But facing Mrs. Whitmore, he shrank back. Swallowing his rage, Alex looked at my mother with forced calm. Mother, what's wrong? Isn't Olivia recovering abroad? I visited her last month. Has something happened? His voice grew anxious. Is Olivia okay? What happened to her? My mother studied his worried act with a cold laugh. Alexander Blackwood, I never realized what a performer you were. I was blind to give my daughter to you. She pushed past him, her sharp gaze sweeping the area. Who called? Where's my daughter? A college girl raised her hand timidly, pointing at me. I called. That woman said she was Olivia Whitmore. All eyes turned to me. My mother started forward, but Jessica intercepted her eagerly. Mrs. Whitmore, this woman is a fraud. She's not Olivia. She's just a whore trying to trap Alex. Alex relaxed, moving to support my mother. Mother, you misunderstood. Olivia's safe abroad. How could she be here? This stranger showed up today claiming to carry my child. Jessica only got physical because she was upset. We never imagined she'd dare impersonate Olivia. With both of them insisting, my mother hesitated, doubt creeping into her eyes. She knew about Alex's fertility issues. Hearing about a pregnant woman claiming to be his, she'd assumed it was a scammer. She tried calling me, but my phone was dead. Jessica quickly added, it's nighttime there. Olivia's probably sleeping. My mother shot her a look of distaste. Alexander, your secretary lacks basic manners. My daughter's name in her mouth? Shouldn't she say Mrs. Blackwood? My mother's natural authority made Jessica pale. She looked desperately at Alex. Alex's jaw tightened. You're right. I'll teach her properly. My mother's tone was pointed. Girls like this, with impure intentions, are difficult to train. My mother had navigated high society for decades. One look told her exactly what kind of person Jessica was. She'd warned me against marrying Alex repeatedly. But I'd been young and stupid, blinded by his sweet words. As my mother turned to leave, I broke free from my captors and lunged forward. Mom, it's me. My broken voice was unrecognizable. But my mother spun around instantly. Her gaze found mine through my swollen, bloodied face, and recognition dawned. Chapter 6. Olivia, it really is you. One look in my eyes and my mother knew. She shoved Jessica aside and rushed to me. Pushing back my matted hair, she saw everything: the dog bites, the swollen handprints covering my body. Taking in my injuries, pain and fury warred in her eyes. Alexander, explain why my daughter looks like this. Mother, she's just a fraud. Alex approached, but his words died as he saw my face. Horror replaced confusion. Olivia? How can it be you? The shock and pain in his eyes looked like nothing more than theater to me. A sharp cramp seized my abdomen. I gripped my mother's hand, managing one crucial sentence before unconsciousness took me. Mom, I want a divorce. I woke in the Whitmore family's private hospital. Through a privacy screen, I heard the doctor updating my mother. Miss Whitmore has multiple bite wounds, some to the bone. She'll need skin grafts. The scarring will be significant. Multiple fractures requiring extended recovery time. As for the baby, I'm sorry. We couldn't save it. Given Mr. Blackwood's condition, the embryo quality was already compromised. Miscarriage risk was high. After this trauma, my mother cut him off coldly. Don't call him Mr. Blackwood. The Whitmores don't acknowledge that title. The Blackwood family had arrived too. Seeing my mother's fury, old Mr. Blackwood struck Alex with his cane. Ungrateful bastard. Olivia was so good to you. How could you betray her? Mrs. Blackwood clutched her chest, weeping. That was our family's heir. The doctor said with your condition, this might have been your only chance. That which destroyed everything. Hearing this, pain flashed across Alex's face. He'd waited so long for this child, only to destroy it with his own hands. His voice was rough as he knelt before my mother. Mother, I know I was wrong. We've been married for years. Please, give me another chance. We can try again for children once Olivia recovers. My mother pointed at him furiously. My daughter nearly died, and you're still thinking about babies? She suffered the most during IVF. And you want her to go through that again? Never. She called her legal team immediately. Get here now. I want divorce papers drawn up. The Blackwoods panicked. Alex's mother pleaded, please, he made a mistake, but don't deny him the chance to make amends. They love each other deeply. If Olivia wakes up to find she's lost both husband and child, imagine her devastation. Alex went white. Mother, Olivia loves me. You can't force this divorce. My mother's eyes blazed with hatred. She asked for divorce before she passed out. Are you deaf? Alex's mouth opened and closed helplessly. Chapter 7. Unless Olivia asks me for divorce herself, I'll never agree. Hearing his confident declaration, I shook with rage. After everything, why did he think I'd stay with him? Did he really believe his charm could make me that stupid? I couldn't stand it anymore. I yanked back the curtain. Alexander, I'm asking you now, I want a divorce. Hearing my weak voice, Alex spun around, guilt flooding his features. Olivia, thank God. I was terrified. How do you feel? Does it hurt? After everything, his concern might be real, but it was more about keeping the Whitmore family's support. His fake sympathy couldn't fool me anymore. When he reached for my injuries, I jerked away. Mom, get this man out. I never want to see him again. Alex froze, gripping my hand desperately. Olivia, won't you even let me explain? After all our years together, can you really throw it away? His touch made me nauseous. I yanked my hand back, disgust evident. Explain what? Your relationship with Jessica needs explaining? Moving another woman into our home, flaunting his affection for her, had he considered me at all? Thinking of his sweet words during his visits abroad while he played house with Jessica at home made me sick. Alex took a shaky breath, kneeling by my bed. You've been abroad so long. I hadn't seen you in months. One night I drank too much. He paused, showing calculated remorse. Jessica's personality reminded me of you. I projected my feelings onto her. Seeing my revulsion, Alex quickly promised, I'll fire Jessica immediately. I'll make her pay 100 times over for what she did. To prove his sincerity, he had Jessica brought in. She arrived bruised and swollen. Clearly my mother had already dealt with her. The moment Mrs. Blackwood saw Jessica, she attacked. Clawing and hitting while screaming, you killed my grandchild. You'll pay with your life. Jessica tried to dodge, but the guards held her still. Soon her face bore bloody scratches. Alex's mother joined in with venom. This whore. Don't worry, Olivia. I'll never forgive anyone who hurt my daughter-in-law. Within minutes, Jessica had collected several new injuries. Watching this, Alex frowned and looked away. I saw everything. He clearly still had feelings for Jessica. I laughed coldly. If you can't bear it, just stop. Alex stiffened, then spoke harshly. I meant what I said. Handle her however you want. If it's not enough, I'll do it myself. Jessica clutched her swollen face in disbelief. Alex, you said you loved me. Before she could finish, Alex kicked her. You only caught my attention because you resembled Olivia. Otherwise, I wouldn't have looked at you twice. Chapter 8. Jessica stared between us, denial written across her face. You're lying. You love me, not her. I'm not anyone's substitute. Alex, I'm pregnant with your baby. Will you abandon us? Alex's disgust suddenly froze. His gaze dropped involuntarily to her stomach. The Blackwood family went still. Mrs. Blackwood, still gripping Jessica's hair, blurted out, "You're really pregnant? With Blackwood blood?" Alex's mother's eyes gleamed as she cleared her throat. "Olivia, regardless of everything else, she's carrying a child. The baby is innocent. Perhaps we should wait until after the birth to handle her?" She shot Alex meaningful looks. After a long moment, Alex's Adam's apple bobbed. He spoke quietly to me. "Olivia, let me take Jessica for an ultrasound first." Knowing he was in the wrong, he couldn't meet my eyes. I laughed inwardly, understanding immediately. He didn't love May, he loved the Blackwood heir. I said coldly, "Why not sign the divorce papers first? You two can be together properly." Alex's voice carried guilt as he explained, "Olivia, you know I'm the only Blackwood heir for 9 generations. This child is crucial to my family." After thinking, he offered generously, "Don't worry. Even if she has a son, your position won't change. I'll take the baby for you to raise." I stared at him in shock, as if seeing this man I'd shared a bed with for the first time. How could he say this so matter-of-factly? Did he think my divorce talk was just jealous dramatics? That I'd raise his mistress's child? I was too angry to speak. Alex took my silence as agreement and quickly scooped up Jessica to find a doctor. Jessica shot me a triumphant look from his arms before they left. The door slammed. My mother laughed coldly. "What does he take the Whitmore family for? My daughter doesn't need to raise his bastards." She glared at me. "If you're still pining for that man, I'll disown you." I knew she feared I'd weaken. I said firmly, "Don't worry. I'll never forgive him." My mother relaxed. The Blackwoods have forgotten who made their success possible. She made a call. That Blackwood contract bid handle it differently. After giving orders, she smirked. "With his condition, I doubt that baby is even his. All those years with you, dozens of IVF cycles for one success, and Jessica conceives naturally? Please. I had my suspicions too. Have her investigated. I bet Alex is in for disappointment." My mother's eyes lit up. She immediately sent people to dig. During my hospital recovery, Alex sent daily gift supplements, jewelry, everything. But he never appeared once. The butler apologetically explained Jessica was having severe morning sickness and needed Alex constantly. I heard the Blackwoods had taken her abroad, confirmed it was a boy, and ran paternity tests proving Blackwood blood. Chapter 9. So the Blackwood family tolerated Jessica's demands while trying to reconcile Alex and me. Their two-faced pandering disgusted me. What was there to fight over with this heartless man? With the family hospital's care, I recovered quickly from the miscarriage. Meanwhile, the Whitmores began their revenge on the Blackwoods. The Blackwoods had money but no connections. They'd relied entirely on Whitmore support. When my mother let slip news of our divorce, everything changed immediately. First the contract bid failed. Then their company's capital chain broke. Alex scrambled frantically. Jessica's hospital tantrums went ignored. Only now did Alex realize, without the Whitmores, he was nothing. The day I left the hospital, Alex waited at the entrance with flowers. He'd clearly been there a while. Seeing me, he rushed forward. "Olivia." But my bodyguards blocked him. Alex's face darkened. "Move. What right do you have to keep me from my wife?" The guards didn't even acknowledge him. I said coolly, "The divorce papers were delivered. Sign them if you want to save your company." Alex paled. "Olivia, I don't believe you're this cruel. We promised to grow old together." I smiled mockingly. "You also promised to be faithful and never betray me." "Alexander, what right do you have to mention old promises?" His face went through several colors. As he tried to argue, a sugary voice called from his car. "Alex, the baby's kicking. It hurts. Take me home." Jessica emerged in maternity wear, clinging to Alex's arm, her belly prominently displayed in challenge. Alex instinctively moved to push her away, but seeing her stomach, he stopped. He looked at me, stammering, "Olivia, I meant what I said before. This child won't affect your position." Watching him waver between us, I only felt regret. Regret for wasting my youth on someone so worthless. Seeing him help Jessica back to the car, I ordered my driver to leave immediately. One more look at him made me sick. Learning what happened, the Whitmores gave Alex an ultimatum. Keep the baby or keep the company. Choose one. Now the Blackwoods pressured Alex to divorce too. His grandmother wailed about protecting her great-grandson. I heard she cursed me at home, calling me cold-blooded for not accepting one child. Unable to give the Blackwoods an heir made me an unworthy daughter-in-law. I looked at the test results in my hand and said, "Nothing." At that baby's first month celebration, I'd give the Blackwoods a special gift. Under family pressure, Alex finally signed the divorce papers. When he sent them, he had someone tell me he'd remarry me after the baby was born. He definitely wouldn't marry Jessica. Chapter 10. I couldn't fathom his thought process, thinking I'd happily raise his bastard. Perhaps I'd loved him too much before, giving him delusions. As I took over the family business, Jessica gave birth to a boy. My mother got me an invitation to the baby's 1-month party. You've been planning this. Don't you want to see? She knew I'd prepared everything. The thought of Alex asking me to remarry and raise his bastard made me sick. But I couldn't miss this show, so I went. Seeing me arrive, Alex was ecstatic. The company had deteriorated rapidly. In 6 months, they'd nearly gone bankrupt. The once mighty Blackwoods were now a laughingstock. Between business failures and Jessica's demands, Alex looked haggard and thin. Olivia, I knew you still cared. Don't worry, I'll announce that you're the baby's real mother. I held up my hand. Don't. I'm not that lucky. Alex insisted, my child is your child. Don't say that. I smiled coldly, pulling out my prepared documents. Actually, this child has no blood relation to me or to you. Alex scanned the papers, his face draining of color. Impossible. This is fake. Jessica's baby is minu-tested during pregnancy. Mrs. Blackwood pointed at me, screaming, you're just jealous Jessica had a son. How dare you say he's not Blackwood? Blood? I never knew you were so vicious. I remained calm. I tampered with your overseas test. If you don't believe me, run multiple paternity tests. I couldn't have bought off everyone, right? Seeing my expression, Alex already half believed it. His lips trembled. Olivia, why would you do this? She ruined our marriage, why protect her? I laughed. Would you have agreed to divorce if you hadn't thought she carried your child? Alex went white, unable to argue. I pronounced his sentence calmly. Alexander, the baby I lost was your last chance at an heir. You killed your own bloodline. Having enjoyed their devastated faces enough, I left. Without looking back. Behind me came old Mrs. Blackwood's curses and Jessica's screams. I didn't bother watching. They should have considered someone like Jessica, shameless enough to be a mistress, wouldn't limit herself to one man. Days later, I heard Jessica and her baby were thrown out of the Blackwood home. She was barely alive when they dumped her. As for the Blackwoods, the party scandal made them social pariahs. After bankruptcy, they slunk out of the city. The once powerful Blackwood empire crumbled to dust. And me? I was vacationing in Provence, deflecting my mother's matchmaking attempts. As for Alexander, I rarely thought of him anymore. My life would continue forward. The end.